Got a little gopher damage here. I first noted the spots over here and here and here, and then the next day one here. So that tells me which direction they're coming from. So I dug out here. That way I don't have to set a trap in two directions. I know it's coming from just that one direction. And this gopher is fairly deep down, about 9 inches or so. These two different traps, but they both work on the same principle. This one's wood, this one's metal. This one's a little smaller, so to keep from tearing the lawn up too much, I like to use the smaller one. So this is pushed down, and then this latch goes over the top. And do not get your fingers in that area there once the trap is set. Okay, this trap is now set. That's the release mechanism there. That wire there is the trigger, and I found that it helps a lot if you put tape over the trigger, and that way it makes it more sensitive. Sometimes I've found that gophers manage to fill it with dirt and not spring it. So once this gets pushed by dirt, this thing goes down and catches the gopher, and it's pretty instant death. Here's the trap set and in there and pushed up against the hole. The gophers don't like an open hole. They mostly work at night, but they can sense that there's an opening in their tunnel, and they will come and push dirt ahead of themselves to fill it up. So once you catch one and dispose of the body, put your trap back in, because you're more likely there's going to be more than one. Let it set for a couple of days. If you catch no more, that means that there's probably no more in there, and then you can fill the hole back up. This is a cinch type trap, which is set right now. It's a very powerful spring on that thing, so you got to be real careful with it. When you're working with it, hold that trigger thing there like that, and when you slide it in the hole, you want to make sure it doesn't slide this thing back. But I did the same trick here. I put paper over that and makes it more sensitive. And this one kind of has to slide farther in the hole, so I like to have it in the direction of the hole and the same general level. So I don't usually use it in my lawn because it takes a much bigger hole to be able to get this in and move it around. If I'm in my garden, I use this in my garden. I can dig a bigger hole. When you slide it in, you want to make sure that there's room for these. They don't get stuck in the top of the hole, because they have to pinch closed. And then when you put it in, hold this trigger here and slide this thing back and forth to make sure that this is not going to catch on the top of the tunnel, otherwise it won't work. But once it gets in there and the gopher pushes on it, it's got him. They make a smaller version of this for moles.